Caution, remodeling is not for the faint of heart. So, Will, who is more uncomfortable? Me making decisions during a remodel or you in front of these cameras?
Nick.
All right, so Williams Ryan, we could not be happier. You are on our third phase of remodeling our entire home, which was built in the 1970s and originally belonged to my grandparents. And I thought we would be better at this by now, but we're really horrible clients, aren't we?
You're not as bad as you think. You know, as long as I can slow you down and get you in the right direction, that's pretty much the biggest battle we're going to have. Everything else is going nice and smooth. All of our inspections of the city are coming up next Monday, and we'll be moving on, and we're done with the destruction part, and we're now in the reformation of the new house.
I know, it's like less than a month and we already have a demolished old deck and a brand new deck. I'm loving it. Yep. One thing that I love about Will is he will call and appropriately brag on the job that he is doing. So
maybe update you as to what we're actually doing would probably be a better way to put that. I don't know that we're technically bragging, just reminding you that we're actually doing our job, not being reactionary. We're trying to be proactive and get things handled before they're a problem. So it helps when I can talk it out with you and remind you of all the things that we do on a daily basis and through the course of the project. If nothing else, it just helps me keep my mind on the project at hand.
Yes. Well, he mentioned, we got to slow you down. I mean, we were ready once we decided, to move forward. Come on, Will, come over and knock over a wall.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. And so Will was like, hang on. And it almost feels like you, in a great way, talk it to death. I mean, it is the classic case of say what we're going to do, why we're going to do it, talk about it as we're doing it, and then, talk about what we just did. And that is why I feel like you brag on yourself, because every time we hang up, literally every day, I have a smile on my face and I feel good and know that I'm in good hands.
Thank you. Yeah, the more time that we can spend on the front end to get all your decisions takes a whole lot of stress off during the project, which is when you're going to be stressed out anyway. So if we can kind of curb some of that, maybe it's a little selfish, but it makes my life a lot easier. And in return, it does make yours easier as well.
Well, it sure does. So just keep up the great work. We could not be happier. Trey, our remodel is giving me gray hair. And I came to you for answers for my clients who are probably going to be going through the same thing. Talk to us today about a renovation loan.
Sure. I think we're both seeing it be a whole lot more popular to do a renovation on Martin because the price points just get so far up there sometimes. And so somebody that wants to keep a lower price point, find a house for, I don't know, say $200,000 or $300,000. Let's just use $300,000 for an example. $100,000 of renovations, and they literally only have to bring 5 to 10% down. And in that scenario, it would be $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 down. And not only do they have an amazing view, because a lot of the older homes have the view you want, they just need to be fixed up. And so the renovation loan can be a primary residence, second home, or investment property with as little as 5 to 10% down.
Okay, so they buy low, maybe even lower than what their total budget allows, and they renovate, and you will loan on the end value.
That's right.
And they can budget their renovations up to 50% of the end product.
That's right.
Okay, so give me an example. What real numbers that means?
If you buy a house for $200,000, for example, and you want to put $175,000, $200,000 in renovations, which is almost like a tear down rebuild at that point, you'd have an end value of $400,000, and that is 50% of the in value in construction cost, which 200 to 400, half. So that would be kind of be a max. And then you're literally, depending on if it's primary residence or second home or investment, you'd have 5 to 10% down on that scenario.
So I have a ton of buyers who are considering new construction or buying an existing home. And when you think new construction at the lake, you have to consider there's the price of the lot, then how are you going to get out to the water? You've already got built-in cost of seawall, pier, dock, covered boat slip, that sort of thing. So if you come in and buy a home that's already existed or existing, this is a great way to get both awesome water and awesome house.
Yeah, because a lot of those views have been taken with a little bit older house, so you can't fix the view,
Right.
but you can fix the house.
That's right. Thank you.
Yep.
We're Marilyn and Doug Dodson, and we just bought a beautiful home from Paige Patterson, and we love Lake Martin.
Hello, I'm Karen Chanel with State Farm Insurance. November is a very busy month in the state of Alabama, and I'd like to take this time just to share a few important dates with you. Effective November 1, the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency will begin giving citations if you're involved in an automobile accident and you can't show proof of insurance. So make sure that you have your liability insurance up to date. If any of you have any questions on that, feel free to contact me or one of my team members here at our office located on Highway 280. November 18th, hunting season officially begins in the state of Alabama. So many of you hunters out there, be sure you wear your hunter orange, practice gun safety, and if you have a question about whether or not your guns are covered, you feel free to call us because some homeowners cover the guns, some homeowners insurance policies do not. Again, please contact us if you have a question. And then the following week is Thanksgiving. And as we spend time with our friends and family traveling to and from their homes on the highways, be sure that you wear your seat belts and that you're very observant of the other driver. Sometimes it's not always us that causes the accidents, but it's the other driver. So just be very mindful as you're traveling during this busy time of the year. The most important day, however, is November 25th. That's Iron Bowl Day. Auburn will be playing Alabama in Auburn. And while we have a very competent staff here at State Farm, we are divided on football. We have Auburn graduates.
War Eagle!
And we have Alabama graduates.
Roll Tide!
But the most important thing is we're not divided when it comes to serving your insurance needs. So go out and have a happy Thanksgiving!
So we've talked about this for about 2 years.
Seriously, for 6 months.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we are in the basement without walls, without flooring, and without ceiling. So explain what all we're having done, and then tell us what all you've done in the first 30 days.
So basically, we've come through here and demolished everything that was existing and trying to get the 70s out and bring in today. Relocate some walls and put some emphasis on the things that matter most to our customers today versus when the house was originally built.
Yes.
So, and updating all the key elements as far as your electrical, your mechanical, your plumbing, and get everything up to date in today's standards. We are in Alex City, so we are permitted and we are going through the building inspections process. And right now, we've basically been able to get all the way to the framing rough-in stage, and inspector will be here in the morning, and we'll get hopefully some passing stuff there.
Yes. One thing that I loved when talking with Will about this is he's a friend and he knows how we use our house. And he kept convincing us, which was not easy to do, that we were not using most of our house. We had a second kitchen downstairs. We had like an old storage room. We had the tiniest laundry room you've ever seen, but with mountains of laundry every week. And, you really saw it in your head how we could use this and how we would really be happy growing into our next phase with the boys.
Well, you had a 2,500 square foot house that you were using about 1,300 square feet of, and did everything you could possibly do not to come down here.
Yes.
That's pretty much how it worked. It
Yeah.
just didn't have that good feeling that the whole rest of the upstairs already had from our remodel a couple years ago.
Right.
And it was time to utilize your entire house and get what you already had in really good condition and something you could be proud of and be happy using versus adding on extra things that you don't need and trying to overlook the things that you already had.
Yes, he kept saying, I want you to have something that you're proud of, And we are proud of it, but I know what you mean. We have eliminated the full kitchen in the basement, and we are now going to make a Jack and Jill bedroom for the boys and we've added them a full bath instead of a half bath. So instead of, though, eliminating a kitchen altogether in the basement, you came up with this great idea for sort of a galley kitchenette.
It's football room. It's the family sit down where you're going to watch the TV.
Yes.
You know, the beer fridge, the bar sink, and things along those lines. A good place to make some popcorn, sit down and watch a movie.
Yes.
Still have the view of the lake, but be able to be a little bit more casual than your formal living room upstairs where you bring the grandparents.
Well, I feel the advantage, and we appreciate every day of it.
Oh my gosh, they have food too. Huh. Yes, we do.
What is this?
Oh, this is our food from Yum Yum Foods in Auburn. And right here we have our mini key lime pies and our Death by Chocolate dessert that he makes. And oh my God, it is so good.
Well, tell me about Yum Yums and what is their story?
Todd Botcher over in Auburn has a company called Yum Yum Food. His wife and his daughter help him make it. Todd, from what I understand, over in Auburn, before I was here back in the day, he used to have Botcher's Grill over in Auburn, which I guess was a really popular spot back then. But he makes our food fresh for us every week. I order it every week. And we carry a number of frozen casseroles, different kinds, and they're perfect size. This is the mac and cheese. It can feed 2 to 3 people. We have mac and cheese. We have a poppy seed chicken. We have a ziti lasagna. We also have a breakfast casserole. And then we also have a chicken divan, which is very popular. The kids love this. And we also have a chicken pot pie. Besides carrying the casseroles, we do carry soups. We have a gumbo, and all you have to do is make your own rice. Men love this. It is full of crawfish, sausage, and shrimp. It is. We also, our new item is the New England clam chowder. And for everybody that's on the light side, we have a healthy, light vegetable chicken soup. We have smoked and beef pork tenderloin. And like I said, Paige, how are you liking your dessert right there?
I was going to say, you better hurry up and tell us what is in this, because it's about to be gone.
Okay, it is a chocolate brownie. It has a Heath bar crushed up in it, a chocolate syrup, and chocolate Oreo cookies crust.
It is phenomenal. So we often say if you like Lake Martin in the winter, you will love it in the summer, and this is a prime example of why. We are about 6 feet down from full pool. It is Thanksgiving, and now you can understand why this is one of the most beloved holidays to spend at the lake. So from the entire Love Lake Martin gang, happy Thanksgiving. Oh.
Oh, you're not going to
What are you talking about?